Well, hello there. It's the Archivist from tradingcardarchives.com, and I'm here to look at something a little different. Honestly, when I started the channel, I had not pictured things like this. I thought I'd be opening, Gundam cards and Dragon Ball cards and Naruto and stuff like that. But no, actually, this hobby goes all over the place. And there are, as you know, sets for pretty much any IP you can think of. It exists. Now, whether it's licensed or not, a whole other question, but it exists, right? And so Barbie, of course, being, one of the most famous dolls, fashion icon, cultural icon, now very popular movie, possibly Oscar-winning movie. Uh, of course, Barbie is going to get some trading card sets, and we have two of them here now. Um, and they are very different. In fact, I don't think two trading card sets from the same IP could be any more different than these two are, which is why I'm kind of excited to look at them side by side because I think it's be super interesting to see, what's being done on the very low end, like the low end, and then what's being done on the high end, like the really high end. And I'll explain what all that means here in a little bit. Um, yeah, so okay, so this is Barbie. Barbie was a doll, I guess. I don't know. I didn't play with it when I was a kid, but I had sisters, and my little sister especially got huge into Barbie and had tons and tons of Barbies. Still knows everything about Barbie. She is actually probably the most excited person to see this video, so kind of making it for her. But everyone else will want to see it too. And I joke a little bit because I've actually had, I think, at least 10 people ask me about this box. So this box is something a lot of people are interested in. No one's asked me about this. A lot of people ask me about this. Um, what is over here? Let's look at this first. So these are kind of an unknown manufacturer made these. There's a series of them. I have Mario ones, I have Blackpink ones, and I have these Barbie ones. But there were also Spider-Man ones, Avengers ones. Gosh, I can't remember. There were at least eight or nine different sets that came out like this. And they're all sold in the same way. You buy 36 packs, but you don't get a box. Instead, you get three of these kind of hanger strips, right? So this is designed to, if you're in a retail store, you would hang this on the end of your shelf, and it's the height of a shelf, right? And it's designed to look really flashy on the outside so that it will sell quickly, right? And kids will want to buy it and stuff, right? And it's also designed to be very, very cheap. So this is the kind of product that was meant to be sold, in South America. It's meant to be sold in, things like a Dollar General, that sort of a thing. It's meant to be sold in those kinds of environments, and it's priced appropriately for that. You can get all 36 packs for less than $10, which means, the pack price on that is very low. It's like 20 cents or something, right? It's very, very cheap for these packs of cards. Now, the cards are not the best, and we're going to look at some now, and we're going to get an understanding of that. Now, I've already opened a full strip of these last time. I don't want to do that again. That took a while, and there are quite a few dupes. So what we're going to do is we're going to open six, just the bottoms of the strip here. And I will save the rest of these for... I'm shaking my head right now, but I don't know what I'm going to save them for. I'll save them for something. Something. We'll think of something. Okay, let's see. I'm going to put those over there. I don't mean to make fun of them. Like, I hate to do that, right? Because I firmly believe that there's a product, for each place in the market, and there's a place in the market for every product. And a product like this, as long as you understand what it is and you know what you're buying, it's actually a pretty good version of that product, right? They could have done a lot worse with it. They could have had, one pack art. Instead, we've got all these different nice pack arts, right? Now, there's no warnings or anything on here. Sorry, no odds or anything like that. These are bootleg, so these over here are totally bootleg cards. Like, I can't be more clear about that. These are not licensed in any sense. Despite, using artwork from the movie, these are not licensed cards. And as we get into them here, you're gonna you'll see that for yourself. And these ones focus on the film, and they are interesting because they have characters from the film and also marketing shots and press shots. So like shots of the actors on the red carpet, right, will be in here, which is super strange. But it does exist. You know, there's Ken with his beach job. There's Barbie. And that's what I mean, right? See, that's just Margot Robbie on the on the red carpet for it. I don't know. So all of them have the same back, which is typical when a set is being printed cheaply. They have to print the same back on them because that way you don't have to set the pages twice. You only have to set the pages once. You can print all the backs just really quickly, right? So that's why that happens. They also all have the same treatment. So you'll see this same kind of really ugly pinwheel foil. We don't like that. You see that every once in a while on high-end cards too, and I really don't like it. But here it's their only treatment. It's on every single card. Also, there's no rarity levels in this set. They're all exactly the same rarity, same distribution. There's no chase cards or anything like that. There's none, right? There's a little bit of a game to this too. You notice that they say trading card game, right? So it has, the rock, paper, scissors, and you can play it just like rock, paper, scissors, or you can use these attack and defense values here, which are very random, but that's typical on cards. You see it a lot on a lot of the low-end cards. These can be used in a war-like game. So, there's the playing card game War, where you sort of flip a card over, and whoever's the highest one wins. And if they match, you flip another one, that kind of a game. You play this, that's sort of that same way. Yeah, let's skip through. There's Weird Barbie. Weird Barbie was definitely my favorite. And so, yeah, my plan here is we're going to look at these packs, and then we'll kind of put it to the side. And then we're going to get into that box, and we're going to sort of be comparing them. And we're going to open all of that today. I'm not going to save that, don't worry. I like to save things, but this one I think we should open. I think it's going to be that good. There's a space. There's, that's just Ryan Gosling again, just on the red carpet. He's not really being an actor there. But you see, like what I was saying before, they're not bad, right? Like, they're not great, and they're certainly not cards that a collector like me would, these aren't gonna be stars of my collection or anything like that, right? But they're not bad. And if you're just getting cards for your kids, these are a great option because you're getting quite a few cards in a pack. I think it's like 8 cards in a pack, and the packs are cheap. They're like less than a quarter a pack. You really can't do better than that. And so, if that's what you're doing, then this is, I think, like an excellent. There's another just red carpet shot there. An excellent thing to get for kids. And it's also the kind of thing where, the kids can have the fun of opening them, but then also they can organize them. So, when you're, I don't know, maybe none of you were ever poor, but when you're poor, you kind of have to like make up games, it's necessary because you just don't have anything. And so something like this, where you've got, the rock, paper, scissors, you've got the numbers, there's a lot of opportunities here for creative children to come up with a, kind of a fun game to play, right? So yeah, I think there's value in things like this, and that's the reason I bring them on the channel and show them. A lot of YouTubers would bring a product like this up, and maybe they'd just make fun of it, or they would talk about, oh, look how cheap it is and stuff like. And that's true, like it is cheap, but I think if you look at it from that lens of, this is meant for a low-end market. It was designed for a low-end market, and from that point of view, it's incredibly well designed. Like everything here, it's exactly what you would want, right? From that sort of a thing. So I'm not even looking for dupes or anything in here because I think I have all the dupes already from the last one. But I said I don't really know. There are quite a few different cards in here. Oh, there she is with the classic. That's the classic dress. I'm trying to figure out what beach that is, and I'm not sure. I might keep that one to the side. Oh, another one. Wow. Fresh shot. Ryan Gosling. And more Ryans. So, okay, so there is Barbie on the low end. Now, what I want to do is kind of clean these up a little bit here. And maybe just pick out some of our favorites to keep on the table, and everything else we can sort of move off the table to make room for that. So that box is going to have just 10 packs in it of 3 cards each. I don't know if it has a hit pack. I honestly don't know. I might. I don't think it does, but it might. And each pack will have 3 cards, so we're only going to get 30 cards out of that box, I think. But they should be very good, very high-end cards. So let's find some good Barbie images here that we want to kind of keep on the table for comparison purposes. Yeah, weird Barbie, of course. Although, like, this set is not based on the movie, so it won't have all the same things. It's a good one. It's a nice dress. He's Ken. I heard Ryan is going to actually sing the Ken song at the Oscars. That should be fun to watch. I mean, they always perform the songs that are nominated, but they aren't always performed by the actors. So that's going to be kind of interesting, I think. The rest of these I'm going to put to the side because, like I said, we need to get into this now. All right, so this bad boy right here, this costs $40. Which that probably doesn't seem like a lot if you're kind of new to the channel or new to this side of the hobby. That probably actually seems like a huge bargain to you if you're used to Western cards. You know, a Western hobby box is going to be, you know, $200 at the low end, right? It goes up from there. Whereas here I'm saying this is a $40 box, right? But in this niche of the hobby, when we're talking about Asian cards sold on AliExpress, $40 is the top end, unless you get into unicorn stuff. Unicorn's a manufacturer that makes $200 hobby boxes in China. They do that, but they're the only ones. But yeah, this is very premium, and the company involved here is Vancards, like that, Vancards. And this is hard to search for because there's a TCG called Vanguard, Cardfight Vanguard. So if you search for this, you got to like put quotes around it and stuff. But this company has a US presence, and they actually do marketing on, you know, Twitter. So you can go look at their Twitter page, and they have advertised this product on that page. And the way they're advertising it and the fact that they're able to do that tells me that this is probably a fully licensed set. And I have more evidence for why I think that, but basically I'm going to present this as a licensed product. So if you know otherwise, of course, comment and let me know. I'll put a correction video up right away. But as far as I know, this is a completely licensed set, and that's not just a guess. Like I have, you know, a couple different pieces of evidence to support that. You know, one is the U.S. presence of the marketing. The other is our back here is incredibly well marked for a product. And typically your bootleg products are just not going to be marked like this. And they're definitely not going to have odds listings like that, right? So the fact that there is published odds is like another thing that tells me this is almost certainly some kind of, you know, real set, or at least the company tried really hard. And then let's take a look at those odds because it is really interesting. There's all sorts of different types of cards in the set, like all sorts. And then some are limited. So if you look up here, you've got 520 limited, 299 limited, 188 limited, 99 limited, 88 limited, and limited to 50 would be these Radiance cards at the top end. And those are going to be, these are pack odds here, right? So that's going to be 1 in 4,406 packs. That's a lot, right? Let me do a little bit of math here for you. 4,000, what is it? I forgot the number already. My memory is no good. 4406. 4406 times, divided by 30 times 40. So yeah, that's $6,000. So at $40 a box, it would cost you $6,000 to buy that many packs. So this is a very real set in odds terms. That is incredibly close to something that Topps or Upper Deck would produce. Very, very similar to that. Now this is fake. This doesn't actually open. Like, that's not really an envelope. It's flat. It's just printed on there. Now it's really good printing. Like, that's a very cool design. And you can see too that this is the Pink Gala set. That's what this set is called, Pink Gala. And its code is going to be Barbie1001, and that's by Vanguard again. And this is not the first thing they've made. They also make the Hello Kitty World Traveler set, and they make a Sanrio set that comes in a box just like this. The World Traveler comes in like a suitcase style box, but they have one just like this. So there's at least 3 sets that they've made. This is the first one I've bought though, and it's because they're expensive. Like, most of the boxes I buy are less than $20, right? And once you get over $20, I'm like, that's a lot of money for me, right? $40 is like a crazy amount of money for me to be spending on one of these. So yeah, but as you see, it's going to be a very high quality product, quite a different quality level than here, for example. So yeah, we got a nice little top there. It says one of a kind. And then this is that's hard to remove. But yeah, that packing is difficult to remove. Let's get these packs out and count them up. Like I said, there should be 10. Oh, there's something else. What is this? I don't understand. Huh. Okay, we'll deal with that in a second. I just kind of want to. I always check underneath here. I know I've never found anything, but I just feel like we should check. Okay, so we'll close this, move this, and then we'll put this back in here for now. Very nice. Then let's get into was in that box. We should have 10 packs. Yep, 10 packs. Can't tell if any are heavy or anything like that. There's no hit pack. What is this? Is this a sleeve? Yeah. Okay, so this is a sleeve. It's a Barbie sleeve. That's interesting though. So like, if you pull a big hit, you get it. You already have a sleeve. All right. Yeah, interesting. Interesting. Okay, so we got some sleeves. And then this is going to be a set list. Yeah, so this is the set list showing you, again, all the counts at the various levels, and then also the numbered cards up there. And that's probably just a link to their website, but if you want to try and follow that, you can. It's probably a WeChat site. Most of them are. Okay, let's get into this then. I'm excited. This is neat. I don't often get to open, like, actual expensive premium cards. So I'm excited. This should be a lot of fun. Oh, so pack one. Oh, and I failed entirely at cutting it. Gosh. Okay. Sorry. Anyone who's watched this channel for a while is just like, oh, it's just typical archivist stuff. And I make those mistakes a lot. So these, I'm not gonna lie, just the feel of these on the sides, awesome. Like these cards, they feel great. I'm actually, I mean, if it's cardboard, it's a very, very high quality stock. And then the print on this is just gorgeous. Like this, and so what I'm trying to point out here is you see how there's foil and then the solid color? The color quality is so high on that print. I mean, it's got to be sublimation. It's the only way. Yeah, it is not easy to print something this high quality. And I mean, you see here, this is pretty easy to print. I can print that on my printer. I don't think I'd be able to print that if I tried. Wow, this is crazy too. It's like it's almost like a lenticular card, but not really. So this is a magazine, I guess. And that's a look. Yeah, I see. So if we go back to the odds check here, you see that's the first look. So there's 24. That's this one. So this is the lowest rarity card we pulled so far. And then magazine is the second one. There's 24 of those. So that's this. So these are both on the same, basically the same rarity level. And then we got this. And this is a PVC. PVC is like, I mention this every time I get them, but I really don't like them unless the factory is very clean. You can see the wheel mark on here, but then you can also just see drag marks through the machine. And what I'm trying to say there is in the factory, these move along a line with like rollers that kind of press them on both sides and move them. Those rollers, if they're not clean, if there's dust on them, it scrapes these. It won't scrape a cardboard card, but it'll scrape a PVC card. And that's why you get this like really bad scraping just all over this card, right? And it's not impossible to wash it out, but it take a long time. You basically gotta use like a Q-tip with alcohol and kind of dissolve it all down again to be flat. If you can do it, I wouldn't bother. So that is a snapshot. So snapshot is the third. So that pack was the bottom 3 rarities. Great. Hopefully that's not indicative of the entire set, but it probably is. Given the odds that we saw on that box, you have to remember those top cards are, 4,000 packs, right? So it's very unlikely that we're just going to be pulling one here by chance. Not impossible, quite unlikely. Here's another first look. Those are nice. Like, I'm not kidding. Those are very, very nice trading cards. Here's another magazine. I'm just gonna get all my sleeves out because I actually have quite a few videos to do today. That's not true. I could do a lot of videos today, but I think I'm only gonna probably do 3. What is this? This is a snapshot. Okay. I really don't understand. Is the idea that you like do that, or you go like that maybe? Or is the concept that you like put your own picture behind it? I really don't. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what that is. I really don't understand yet. I'm gonna pause here and go look at the flyer I'm just gonna check if it explains what that is, because if it explains it, I can explain it to you. So yeah, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I just went through the flyer. It's a pretty cool flyer. If you get a chance, C1 Luxury ACC store has the flyer, the good version of the flyer. Um, I say that because there's kind of there's two parts to the flyer. The top part just has like a quick listing of everything. The bottom part has examples and explanations of each of the rarity levels. A lot of the vendors only include the top part of the flyer, and I don't know why they don't. Well, they're trying to save bandwidth or something. I don't know. But anyway, they don't include the whole thing, and so sometimes you have to like go look at a few different vendors to find the complete flyer. But yeah, in this case, I found it there, and these are exactly what I was trying to guess. It's the intention is you put your own photo behind it, and it kind of looks like whatever you took a picture with Barbie, right? So that's that's the idea behind that card. Okay, let's get another one opened up here. And man, the top rarities in this set look awesome. They look really good. We're never gonna see them, but they look really good. Actually, this pack looks different, right? It doesn't have a PVC in it. Let's see what we get here. So our first is gonna be another one of these look cards. You can tell at the bottom there it says look. Yeah, it's just every time I feel these, it's the same. The coating, or I don't know, it's they have almost an enamel surface. It's very impressive. The surfacing work on those. There is another magazine. I'm going to put all the magazines here. And then this is something kind of special. You can see the refraction texturing on it. So quite a bit, right? That's what's giving it this kind of crazy gleam. And so this is a vintage 09. That's one of the rarity levels again. In this set, the rarities are just, they have names, not levels. But yeah, that would be considered a hit, I believe. Let me just go and check quick. Yeah, so vintage is the highest we've pulled so far, at least. It's higher than Springfest and definitely higher than Snapshot. But you can see there's still a lot on this list that we haven't seen. And geez, yeah, I mean, if I don't think any of you will, but if any of you have bought like a case of this and seen some of those higher end cards, I'd love to see them. Post them on Instagram or on our Reddit or something so we can check them out. Because I don't have a lot of faith that I'm gonna pull one here today. Doesn't mean I won't, but I just don't have a ton of faith in that. Good, look at this. This is so bad. Ugh. It's like every single one of the PVCs is just covered with this kind of sticky glue stuff. It's not, I mean, it happens a lot, but it still is very annoying. It's like if you're going to print a PVC card like this, just clean your rollers. Not that hard. Oh, so there's 4 cards in here? Okay. Here's another magazine. And then, oh, it's some sort of prize. Okay, great. Oh, I love this. God. Sorry, I almost said a bad word. These look really good. I mean, you can tell I'm kind of obsessing over them. But like, I'm a sucker for print quality, and oh my God, the print quality on that is through the roof. I swear it looks like enamel. It's so well done. It's so well done. Okay, so now what is this? It's either going to be like an actual prize or a point card. I don't know which one. Sorry, I can't read that yet, but I'm going to translate this and I'll let you know what it says. Okay, I'm going to pause. I'll be right back. Yeah, okay, so this is a points card. So a lot of these manufacturers have clubs that you can join where you can redeem things like this, and after you get enough of them, you get like a free pack or something like that. So that's kind of what this is. I'm not going to use it. Typically, outside of China, these are very difficult to use. And the reason is because, assuming that this company, Vanguard, is a Chinese company, I believe they are from everything I've seen. But if they are, and they're located in China, by which I mean mainland China, as opposed to, Macau or Hong Kong or one of the like special zones in mainland China, if they're there, they're kind of restricted on who they can allow to register on their website. They will there's like laws in China that if you're gonna register people for your website, like you need to for this, they have to have an ID. And what I mean by that is like a state ID. So imagine this, like imagine if you go to buy something on Amazon and you need your passport ID to do it, right? And if you don't have your passport, you can't buy anything. That's how the internet kind of works in China. And because of that, since I am not a Chinese citizen, I'm never going to have a Chinese ID. I'm never going to be able to use this, right? So I say it every time, but if there is anyone out there who wants me to show them that, like I'll privately send you that or something so you can use it. It's just that like I can't use it. So to me, it just becomes a curiosity. Here we go again. Yeah, just completely blown away once again. Just completely blown away. I'm just so impressed by these. Oh, this is actually not a look card. Okay, this is a little bit of a different card. So this is a spring card. Let's check that out in a second here. Let's take a look at this one first. So this is a look. So that goes down here. And then this will be another one of those Instagram ones. I mean, they're interesting, I guess. If they were actually clean, they'd be even better. Maybe I should take the time to. I'm not going to do that. Okay, so this is a spring card. So spring is that rarity in between vintage and snapshot. There's spring, right? And so that's what we're looking at here. Spring Fest. I think it's meant to say like Spring Fest with a T, but they just don't have it. And yeah, you see the Mattel logo there. The more of these I look at, and just the quality of this product, nobody would spend the kind of money it would take to do this type of printing unless it was a licensed set. It's just not going to happen. And this is coming from someone who has opened hundreds of boxes, right? I'm telling you, it's not going to happen. Yeah, I mean, Big Face Studio, for example, right? They're a bootlegger. They only make bootleg sets. They make the highest quality bootleg sets I've ever seen. They are exceptionally good. They're not this good. Like, they're not even in the same league as this. And I mean, this is better than Tops. Like, yeah, I say that all the time, but like, this print quality is better than anything the Western cards are doing either. So are these like Barbies in New Year outfits, kind of? Maybe that's what that is. Oof, another look one. That is gorgeous. I just love the purples on these. Now, something you never get because you're watching a video is you never get the, unless you open these yourself, you never get the wonderful sort of factory smell that comes on these. And when I say wonderful there, I mean, it's actually not that great. It's really strong coming from these cards. So here's another one of the PVCs. Still got, it's just marked up. None of these are great. I think this is like definitely the low point of the set. Their machines just weren't quality enough to. This is heavy. This one's heavy. I'm gonna save that. It's definitely heavy. I do that a lot, and I'm always wrong. I'm probably gonna be wrong. Feels heavier. It's just me hoping, I guess. Ooh, this one's kind of weird too. Let's see what. Oh, geez. Okay, what do we got here? This is very strange. Something like fell out of that pack. And I think I know what it is. Here, let's put that over there. That's what the special card is. And I really want to find. Okay, yeah, we're gonna get this first. Okay, here's another one of the looks. And just great, great, great looking cards. Here's a magazine. And then let's check this out because this looks cool, right? Now this is the back of the card. But you can see there's some gold stamping on there. And then on the front, we've got a television. Oh, how strange is that, right? And then here we have a... Oh, that's actually a really good lenticular image. Sorry. I thought it was just going to be like a flip or something, but that's honestly, that's very good 3D. It's way better than it has any deserving to be. And so what the point of this is this frame here, you can put this inside of it. Like that. Pretty cool, huh? Then they can come back out again. But that's the idea of this card. And now I'm gonna sleeve it upside down so that does not fall out of my binder. Oh, it's a really thick card. Of course it is. Yeah, maybe too thick to sleeve. No, I can do it. Ah, I can't do it. Okay, we're gonna get a bigger sleeve. So here's a much bigger sleeve. Oh, I didn't do it upside down. Perfect. Okay. So now this, what is this one? It's called a nostalgic. So that is going to be a definite hit, right? Nostalgic is up above pink core. So nostalgic. So we're definitely up the chart now. Still like really far away from any of these numbered cards. But we're moving up again. And I really, really, really want to pause right now and get something. I'm going to be back. I might not be able to find it. I apologize if I can't. That's why I don't want to tell you what I'm looking for in case I can't find it. But anyway, pause. I'll be right back. Yeah, sorry, I could not find it. What I was looking for was one of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles rare cards. So if you remember, those cards have a TV frame like this at the rare level, but it is so much worse than this card. I kind of wanted to put them next to each other so you could see this is really well done. You know, even without the gimmick of the replaceable images, that is a very well done trading card. Good job. Oh yeah, that's the thing. Every time I pick it up, it's heavy. Like it feels heavy. I don't know if there's metal cards in this set though. I didn't see anything metal on the flyer. Oh, that's a fancy one there, huh? So already, I mean, I can tell you it's exceptional. Like it's, you know, definitely better than those, but we kind of knew that coming in. I don't put those here to make fun of them. Like I said before, I want to show you that so you can see, you know, that the low end, you know, exists and can be good too, right? But the high end is going to be better. And the high end is so much better in this case that it's kind of ridiculous. These are exceptionally good trading cards, just in general. Hey, that PVC is not bad. For PVC, that's pretty good. This one. It's still got some drag marks, but not anywhere near as many. Okay, so second to last pack. That box got over quick. I say that it's a 40-minute video. Sorry, my videos are always so long. And it doesn't matter. If I try to go fast, the videos just get longer. So it is what it is. It is what it is, man. There's nothing we can do about it. So here we go with another look. I love the distribution too. Okay, so what I mean by that is typically a set that's going to be 3 cards per pack, what you're going to get is 2 base cards and 1 anything else. That's what Spider-Man is like, Turtles is like. Most sets are just like that, right? This one is giving you 3, but they are different levels, right? And they have so many different ones that they can do that. It's very similar to the Kabago Endless Treasure One Piece cards in that sense, that they can, have many different styles in the box. You don't just end up with a ton of these in the box. Although those are awesome, it wouldn't be a bad thing. It's even better to have this cool variety, right, of different types of cards on the table. And this is a magazine as well. So this is the same as these. It just has a really different style to it from the other ones. And then this is a vintage like that. 1985, I guess. So those are the 285s. There and right there. Okay, and then this is the one I thought was very heavy, so we'll see if I'm right. I don't know, I'm usually kind of wrong. Oh. There's something in here. There's something. I don't know what that is. Let's look at this. I'm gonna do it backwards. I was right. I'm usually anyone who watches me for a long time knows I'm usually very wrong when I try to guess. So the fact that I was right in this case is kind of strange. So here we go. Okay, this is another look. I was hoping it would be numbered. It's not numbered. That's okay. It is. This is a pink core. Okay. All right. So this is actually not a very high tier card. I was wrong. If you remember, pink core was between this and this, so we actually didn't pull anything higher than that. But I gather the idea here is you would pop this out and use it as a keychain. Is sort of the concept for that. Although I'm not going to do that, but yeah, that's the idea. All right, well, there is a lot of Barbie for you. More than I thought I would ever look at, to be honest. But nothing bad here at all. I enjoyed it all. I don't know if I'm going to buy another box of that. It was just so expensive. It's great. Clearly, this is a very high quality product. And, with gimmicks that we've never seen. I have heard of cards like that before where you slide pieces in. I just never pulled one, but I know they've been in sets we've opened. But this one, where it's like a pop-out keychain inside of a card, I don't think I've ever seen that or heard of that before. So that's a brand new kind of gimmick for me. But beyond the gimmicks, the print quality here is just over the top. It is the best print quality I think I've ever seen on any trading card so far. This is just really, really good. And I do a lot of printing. I don't know if you've ever seen a tour of the archives, but there's a lot of really expensive printers in there. Yeah, I know printing, and this is not easy. They did a very good job here with these. Okay, so yeah, we're at 43 minutes. I'm going to stop the video. I'm going to stop gushing over this. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you were on the fence about this set, go ahead and pick it up at $40. It's worth it. If you are a Barbie fan, definitely worth it. Also, if you're an importer, there's an awesome arbitrage opportunity here. I was checking right before the video, but on eBay right now, people are selling, not just listing, but selling boxes of this for $150. $149.99 or whatever, right? So keep that in mind. You could 5x your money, I guess, if you wanted. I'm not going to do that. I don't do that kind of thing, but I always like to point it out because it is there. Okay, I need to stop and do something else. But these are awesome. Tons of fun. Way better than I thought. Okay, bye-bye.